Let's see who shows up first. Who's going to be the first dude to pop in? Not necessarily dude. That could be a chick. Could be a. I don't know. I don't use the proper pronouns for people. I refuse. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Oh, who's gonna show up? I meant to brush my beard before we started this because I noticed that my beard is all unkempt. And I think a lot of the misconception that I have of it being longer on one side is because it's gray on one side. Dave's here. Hi, Dave. Two-head Dave. Ethan's here. Ethan, I don't even respond when you're like, guess what I'm carrying? I already know what you're carrying. I know what you're carrying. But guys, I could be carrying something like this. We got to get to that mark. I mean, I'm probably going to carry it. Like, we've got till the end of the month because I just decided I kind of changed the way that it works. I'm going to carry it for the entire month because we're getting close. We're getting close. I don't have the actual. Hey, that Randall is pretty. I sent you a link to this if you'd like to come on, even if your wife's there. Cole. I sent you a link and a text. Those 1911 grips are fucking sexy. So yeah, if we get to a point, what happens is I'm gonna let you guys vote. It's Cole with a K, Mark. K-O-L-E. Not like coal, like C-O-A-L. Like I was down in the hole mining some coal. I was born a coal mine. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sing. No one likes it when I sing. No one lets friends don't let friends karaoke drunk. Main reason I did this is because, well, you guys haven't seen it yet. The guys in the paying members saw it already. Yeah, that's like $800 knife. Yeah, absolutely an $800 knife. The one you sent me, yeah, that's actually probably more than that. That's kind of a rare one because it's got stag handles. Why don't you hop in and we chat about it? You bring your wife on because everybody likes your wife. Your wife's actually funnier than you. So Cole has a new podcast, by the way. If you guys haven't seen it, it was, what is it? The Untitled Podcast or something? Always fun. Banking satisfaction. Apparently, I got a thing for my bank that says banking satisfaction, and it's a survey. And I'm like, you guys are fucking assholes. That's what we're gonna go with. That was a lot of fun. I dealing with Ray. Like Ray was kind of like when I first talked to him, we got ready to do it. He was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Hey, how about we do your podcast?" And he was like, "Yeah, we could do that." And he was I think he was kind of nervous about it because like when Jim Skelton and I are together, we try to make everyone else uncomfortable. Full of Arby's in my underwear, and there's no title yet. We haven't decided on the name. I like the Untitled Podcast. Polly over at Purple Heart Barbecue and I are going to start doing a podcast. We're just trying to figure out how we want to do it. I personally think that it would do I want to make money and stuff? Yeah, I honestly do want to make money. That's why I monetize the channel. That's why I've put all this work into it and stuff. But I honestly think that Polly needs to expand his channel. And so I think that the podcast should be on his channel. I don't know yet. We're going to see. I think it would do him better, and then we just cross announce it and everybody starts to follow him. I think it would help his channel a lot more to have a podcast. Plus, I don't want to run the risk of losing my channel. So the shit that like you get me and Polly together in a podcast format, and I'm pretty sure it get ugly quick. And wait, I'm full of Arby's and in my underwear. There's no title yet. So that could be the title. I'm full of Arby's in my underwear. But I don't care if you're full of Arby's in your underwear. Come on anyway. I burp and belch, and I'm full of beer and coffee. But what I was saying is, no, that's not what we're going to call it, though. We're going to call it the Peanut Butter and Pickles Podcast. Because what two things? Like, Polly and I are so much different. Like, fundamentally, so much different. Like he pisses me off to no end sometimes. But he's also that dude that, like, if he called me right now and said, "Hey, bro, I need help," I'd be on a trip to Chicago, like right now. Like there's not many people in the world that I say that about. Like if Polly needed something, Polly's going to get it. Like if Polly needed me to come to Chicago today, I'd be like, babe, I got to take some money out of the bank account because I got to have gas money to get that Volkswagen. I got to have enough diesel to get that Volkswagen from here to Chicago. It's just one of those things. Like, as much as we drive each other nuts, there's not much I wouldn't do for him. So, but we're going to call it peanut butter and pickles because I don't know if like the sweet and see, ever had peanut butter and pickles? It's actually not that bad. It sounds off-putting. What two things that are so fundamentally different that still kind of go together can you think of? You know, peanut butter and bananas. Those go together because they're sweet and sweet. Sweet and salty? Always. I like to put a pickle on one of my favorite things in the world is to put a dill pickle chip on a chocolate chip cookie. And I know that you guys are going, ugh. It is amazing. It gets you that salty, savory, sweet, and so good. Like, I don't like chocolate, but I will eat chocolate chip cookies with pickle chips on them. What kind of Volkswagen? It's a 2010 Volkswagen Golf diesel that I have had zero issues with, like none. I mean, I'm going to be able to drive that thing till the wheels fall off. I don't know what the total is at. I have not been able to go in right now, the monetization, because I lost my piece of paper. So, yes, that's because mint chocolate chip is disgusting. Like, I would rather chew my own toenails, like put my dirty ass toe in my mouth than eat mint. I hate mint chocolate chip. It's disgusting. I'm like, oh, it's like, so I had a friend. And his wife was like, oh, ask Mike what his favorite kind of cookies are. And I was like, hands down, oatmeal raisin cookies, just a little crispy on the edge, kind of soft, not the crispy ones like those ones you buy at the store. Like, oh, hey, I broke my tooth on a cookie. No, a little bit chewy, soft, like the Costco oatmeal raisin cookies. And so they come over with this thing of oatmeal raisin cookies. She's like, oh, I made oatmeal raisin cookies. I was like, fuck yes. And she goes, I put walnuts in it. I'm like, fucking keep them. I don't need your tree feces in my oatmeal raisin cookies. I said I like oatmeal. I was like, yeah, they're not oatmeal raisin cookies then, are they? And she's like, huh? I was like, it's oatmeal raisin and walnut. And she was like, excuse me. I was like, It's like, oh, chocolate chip cookies with arsenic. It's just one additional element. It doesn't make it better. No, probably kill you. I pulled a High Life out of the freezer and it's trying to explode on me. Is it doing the, like, is it a twist top bottle? Because you just stand back, because if it's bubbling, or you like put that fucking thing inside something, because it's like a reverse rocket launch. Like, it's trying to drive itself through the floor. Pistachio ice cream is amazing. It's my favorite type of ice cream. I like vanilla. I really like chocolate. But if you take me somewhere where the pistachio ice cream is an option, that's what I'm going to fucking get. I love pistachio. I love pistachio ice cream. Pistachio ice cream, pistachio pudding. Give me a bowl with pistachio ice cream in some pistachio pudding. I just may as well. I'm like a dog. Just rub my belly. I'm fine. Like, Christian, how are you, sir? And Larry, we got a new paying member. His name was Larry, and it was in the thing. You wear your wife's dresses, don't you? Black raspberry chip is my go-to. You wear your wife's lingerie, don't you? I mean, it's probably big on you, but see, this is the humor I was talking about when I told Ray, like, I can't do that. Like, I can't do the kind of humor that I'm really good at. I can't do it by myself. Like, there has to be other people in the mix. And that's like Cole and I, just because he kind of does the same thing. So, Cole, get your ass up. I don't care if you're like, put on a shirt. Like, they can't see you from the waist up. Thongs. Bro, men could not wear thongs. Have you seen your underwear? Like, I'm 47 years old. I've seen my underwear. I'm like, where the fuck? I'm like, I wiped well. I know I wiped well. I checked. I'm not. How do blind people know when they're done wiping? Just out of curiosity. I've had a lot of coffee. I have a coffee pot in the garage now. Thank you very much to Winston Cobretti. I now have a Keurig that sits on my workbench right next to my miniature arcade. And I don't know if you know anything about me. I'm that guy that probably does not need coffee pot right next to where I'm filming and editing videos. There's going to be a lot of nights where I don't sleep. I took a leak in between the live feed with Ray and now. You ever drink so much coffee when you take a leak, it smells like coffee? Yeah. Yeah. Hot cocoa. Hot cocoa. What the fuck? I drink way more coffee. Not only did Winston send me the Keurig, he sent me 3 boxes of what's called Rev coffee. And I'm not 100% sure, but there may be some sort of methamphetamines in that shit because I'm like, wow, it hit me. I drank the cup of coffee. I just finished my coffee when Ray logged in and it hit me like middle of that live stream. I was like, oh, I'm definitely doing an after show. Like it hit me in the first 15 minutes. I was like, oh, wow, I am uncomfortably wired. Double the caffeine of what? I mean, dude, what baseline are we going off? He also sent me this. I have a new koozie. As you can see, it's green. But it also doubles as a tumbler. And so I was like, I switched back to an old school coffee pot, threw away the Keurig. I don't have time to brew each cup. Bro, this thing, like literally, I have it set so it's always hot. I mean, so I just turn it off. Like I turned it off because the urge to make myself another cup of coffee would have been almost undoable. So I turned the power off, but I have it set so it's on all the time. Literally, that thing is ready to go. It was ready to go all afternoon. And I'm like, I would push the button and you better have the cup under it because coffee's going to start fucking coming out. Like you open that thing up, you put the pot in, you close it, you push the button, you're like, oh shit, it's already making coffee. It's that fucking quick. Of course, it is like literally out of the box, brand new. Normal cup of coffee is like 400 milligrams. Like that whole, that whole recommended dose of caffeine thing, I guarantee I exceed that by noon every day. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is I make an 8-cup pot of coffee as the first pot of coffee we make for the day. And my wife will have a little bit, like half a cup, like half of a coffee cup full. And I drink the rest. And then by 10-ish, I'm making a second pot. And I guarantee if you go in there right now, there's no coffee in that coffee pot. And I had a cup of coffee out here. Two cups of coffee out here. I'm immune to caffeine at this point. The bad thing is like, there's times where I wake up and I don't drink coffee. And then like 4 hours into the day, I'm like, I can't stand my head. And Murky's like, you're like 8 inches taller than the average man, like 100 pounds bigger as well. This is true. Like, I'm pretty sure my LD50 on a lot of things is going to be out of the realm of most people. Like I said, like I was telling Ray, like I had a buddy and I had my shirt off. I tried to roll my sleeves up and he was like, good God, your forearms are huge. And I was like, he's like, how big are your forearms? Like, I don't know. We measured it. It's like 13. I have like 13-inch forearms. And he's like, just I know guys that don't have biceps that big. I was like, where are these guys? Like, what the fuck? What are they, 12? Give me the caffeine cheap as fast as possible. Our our coffee machine broke one time on the ship. They weren't like, we were in the yards and we didn't have water, first of all. And then the coffee machine broke. And I literally was dipping coffee like it was Copenhagen. And it's surprisingly effective. Surprisingly effective. You can work forever like that. I mean, you can work like that for a long time, but not forever. Not forever. So yeah, like I said, I don't know where. Wow, you really went down the rabbit hole when you're trying to tell everybody you don't know how much it costs. I don't know where we're at on this, but the thing is, I am going to carry it all month next month. But caveat is, we set the goal for 400. If we hit 500, I'm going to let you guys pick what knife I carry. So get a stainless steel. I have one. I have one. I just have the cups. Like, I don't. Why to go to that extra trouble and like I got to wash that thing out? But like the guy that sent me the shit literally sent me 3 boxes of Rev coffee. Here, look. Guys, like he sent this to me today, and that's where we're at on this. Like there's literally a lot of K cups missing out of that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 missing. So it's this Rev coffee. So, oh God, no! We have to pick one of the 5 knives, or one of the 4 knives. So this one is dangerous. Like I'm gonna say that like that would be. This is gonna be the alternate. It'll be like. You remember back in the day when the guys from Top Gear, when they would do their long distance, like across the desert, and then they would pick a shitty car as like, if your car breaks down, you have to drive this car the rest of the way. This would be that. If all the other knives break, then I have to carry this one. This one's dangerous. Like this one has some serious problems with it. Like I don't trust it. That is the first knife that I'm like, this is going to fucking hurt me. All hail the stash. Beardo the weirdo. What are you doing going in the comments telling everybody that like, oh, I feel like I've seen the same knife like in the last 2 weeks, like the same videos. I have tried to pick different knives for these compilation videos. They've all been a little bit different. So this is the backup car. So what, Aiden? I was saying something about the knife. Yeah, like I said, I haven't. The problem is like I keep getting a notification. No, that's fine. I'm just saying, like I'm trying to get content that is going to hit the algorithm the right way. Sometimes you're going to see stuff over again. Like I had a guy literally comment, like he went on like 6 of my videos and dropped like 3 comments per video, and I'm like, good God, like I just like dink, dink, dink. I keep seeing these, and I was like, what the fuck? And he was just being a douchebag. And I was like, oh, I'm probably blocking this dude, because he wasn't just being a douchebag to me. He was being a douchebag with everyone in the comment section. You guys probably have seen it. And then he comes in and he goes like, I don't know why I even watch your channel. If I see it on Jared's channel, I know I'm going to see it here. I'm like, oh, guess what? I was like, you know what? Here's the thing. 1, you're a dick. 2, you're not 100% wrong. But 3, you were a dick to a bunch of other people. So you sent me 4 knives, but like, you sent me 1 knife. I'm still working my way into those. Like, I got to figure out how I do that. I also have the fixed blades that came from Murky Ocean. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. But they got their own video. I just haven't gotten a chance to get them in pocket. Jared sent me a whole bunch of stuff, and I had these ideas for these other videos already in, and I'm trying to, the whole thing is like, there's a plan to this, Beardo, trust me, stick with me, work with me. Jared and I've been talking about this. There's a plan. No. I like the ProTech, but I was going to ask you about this. Can I sharpen it? Because the edge that's on it is kind of inconsistent. There's some factory edge left, and I really haven't sharpened Magna Cut yet. I just want to give it its best chance. I'll be gentle. I'll be careful. I promise. I'll give it a good, pretty clean, consistent edge. I'll take it to about 1,000. That's a good edge. That's a good grit. We'll give it a good one. Do some good. JB, why the fuck does Sig Rec Loctite their screws on their optic cutout plates. You really want to know why? Red Loctite's the best one. And if you want something to, it's the strongest. If you want something to not come loose from violent impact and recoil, it's about your best choice. So what I would tell you to do, and I don't know if anyone's told you this before, take a heat gun and heat up the optic plate, or use a soldering iron, get right on it, and then try to loosen it. If it doesn't come out, put your bit in it, take your slide off, put it down, smack the bit with a rubber mallet after you heat it up, then put your bit driver on it and see if it goes. I've had to do that with knives. Like I literally, like back in the day, no, I know you were picking. If you were to have seen how I disassembled some of the knives that came to me for refinishing and stuff when I was hanging out at Fair and Ford's shop all the time, you would have seen there were times that I was using a fucking rubber mallet to reassemble knives because the fit up was so tight. So what, did I miss something? Christian, like what's going on with Christian? Christian's been here for a while. Plus the heat of the barrel. Yeah, I've got an unboxing that's coming up. It's that and this. This is that Two Sons that Winston Cabretti sent me. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Listen to this action. It has a zzz sound to it that sounds like somebody zipped a zipper. It's got a really neat sound to it. Got some really cool sound. I can feel it though. The pivot is already walking a little bit. I'm gonna Loctite the pivot on this. 14C28N. This thing is, dude, I'm gonna tell you, I like a lot of the Two Sons just because they're good knives. But one of the things that really they're knocking out of the park is their fucking edge geometry. Like the bevel comes down to almost nothing. This is probably one of the thinnest knives I've ever owned behind the edge. It is ridiculous, and it comes down super thin. It is thinner than the PMP Big Boy behind the edge. I like the PMP's a better overall design, but you guys can get to see the unboxing of this. So you get the unboxing of everything because I got the coffee pot, the stuff that Cole sent me, the coffee, the heavy duty can koozie from Zero Tolerance. What is this? Is it Zero Tolerance? Yeah, Zero Tolerance. There's a Zero Tolerance, not Zero Tolerance. What is it? Zero. I forget what brand this is. It's something. Zero Foxtrot. That's what it is. Zero Foxtrot. So it's a Texas company. So he sent me this as a can koozie. Speaking of which, we gotta fill up this can koozie. I've heard some people say that for all the hype around MagnaCut, that they were not impressed, that they thought it felt a little soft and it didn't quite take the edge they wanted. So we will see. But yeah, can koozie. My wife just walked in. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. She just won't let go. Spork Life. Awesome. So yeah, he sent me a shirt, sent me a bunch of coffee, as you can tell. Stay Zero, 2XL. I got a lot of stuff. Winston has sent so much. This is like the, I think this is the fourth knife he sent. Yeah, because he sent me that lion steel. He sent me the lion steel. He sent me that Acheron from Bastinelli. He sent me the PMP Big Boy, and he sent me this. And he sent me a Keurig and a bunch of K-cups and this. So that makes up for all the Christmas presents that my family hasn't gotten me over the last 8 years. I got more stuff from Winston Cabretti than I've ever gotten for Christmas from my wife or daughter. care though. I don't honestly care. Greg Gutfield. Oh man, I farted in Mike's face so bad. It was disgusting and sick. He just laughed. Greg, I don't know if that's a true story. Big gulps for everyone. I like that. Oh, you're getting the ADV Pit Boss. The one that you sent me before, that thing was amazing. That ADV Pit Boss that you sent me before was fucking great. Let's see. I own 3 TS knives. They were the older knives. Yeah, I have never had an issue with any of the Two Sons knives. Even the older ones, never saw an issue. I thought that they were a little bit tacky and not quite as refined or nicely done as these, but I never had an issue with any of them construction-wise. So Chuck. What's going on here? Chuck It got what? What did Chuck It do? You got the TS95. Oh my God. Yeah, the TS195 is good. That TS195 is pretty good. Let's see. I got the Civivi Elementum in wood in the mail. I don't know how I feel about. Don't think I like clip. I did not like the clip either. That was one of the things about it I didn't like. I don't like pocket clips, period. Like I wish there was a better option. I do believe that I'm going to reach out to Lancelot Leather and see if they can make me a pocket slip that's like a pocket protector where you have the leather that comes up in the back and then the gap and then the leather in the front is like folded over and molded and a little bit more rigid. And then I can put that over the lip of my pocket so it doesn't slide all the way in and then drop the knife in and still have access to it. And I would just literally, I would take the pocket clip off every fucking knife I own and carry it that way. I swear to God, I hate most pocket clips. I do have to say that wire clip that I bitched so much about on the PMP Big Boy because it moves is the least of the knives that I've gotten recently is probably the least uncomfortable. And I guarantee I definitely have not scratched the side of my car or screwed up the leather on my steering wheel because it doesn't have any sharp edges because it's a round piece of wire. Yeah, I saw that, the TS195. I like that, but the fuller was real sharp on the one that Jared let me borrow. I don't know if they're still like that, but it was really sharp along that edge. And like if you were finger flicking it, it would like take fingernail off. So Aiden gave it away. All right, this is not working. I need a better cup holder. Oh, hey, that's probably way better for you guys. I just realized I did not unplug my headphones. Does that audio sound oddly clearer and closer now? So I don't know how you're liking that ballast song. I don't. Are you guys having side conversation? It makes it really confusing when you're having side conversation. What's everyone carrying today, by the way? Professor EDC, as I heard Ray say it the other in a live feed. I can't remember when. He was saying that like you're one of the only Spanish language YouTube channels. It's like you turned up the volume on life. Yeah, it kind of is. Guys, if you're one of the paying members and you missed the 420 live feed, I apologize. You're never going to get to see it because I had to take it down. YouTube gave me a warning, and if I hadn't taken it down, I risked getting a strike, and I just didn't want to risk that. I know I said I was going to do that that one video that did really well, and they stole all the guys. I had a video that did amazing, and this company went in and claimed the revenue on it. And so I appealed it. And so I contested it. What do you call it when you get the first step? I disputed it. And then they went and they were like, nope, it's our music. And I'm like, I got it from Apple Music. And I had the entire legal appeal written up. And I was like, if I do this and all they have to say is like, nope, still our content, I lose like 2 weeks of being able to upload because then I get a copyright strike. And I was like, you know what? It's just not fucking worth it. So even though I know I'm right legally, I'm like, you know what? I can't do it because I risk not being able to do this for like a week or two. And I'm like, how is that even fair? So I just took the audio out, but that means that all the money I made on that video in the entire 30 days, they get to keep it. Such a fucking dick move. And I've heard people say, I know Cole told me, he was like, oh yeah, this is like, you could use this music. And I was like, but like Cole told me like this. And I've heard people say it, like, it doesn't matter. Like they go through and they find all this music and they claim it because they know YouTube's not going to look into it. And YouTube's automatically, like the person that makes the complaint is the person that YouTube's going to believe. Even though like I can prove that I got that music from Apple and that I know that in section 2, subsection G and F, lays out that that's legally allowed to be used, but YouTube doesn't care. Thanks for 5 bones, Zach. I am going to have to, you know what's going to suck? I'm going to have to take a leak here in a minute. We've only been doing this for 30 minutes. So be a lot more fun if Cole would come on and he could hold down the fort while I was taking a piss, but no, I had Arby's. I got horsey sauce. I got horsey sauce on my underwear. Copyright strikes are what YouTube used to demonetize channels, not so much PC like Facebook. I can't tie my own shoes. I've had a lot of copyrighted music, non-copyrighted music, copywritten later. It's not that. Like, it's 100%. Did you have a meat mountain? Did you get a meat mountain? Was it you that I was telling that you didn't know about the meat mountain? Was that you? Oh, if you went to Arby's, you should have got a meat mountain, like every time. I'll stream my Minecraft for you. No, thank you. You mean like on my channel? No, I'm not going to give you access to my channel for that. Like, I don't want people to think that I play Minecraft. I'm sorry, I'm straight. Like, guys, you guys see Mike was playing Minecraft. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. That's not something that happens. Anybody that knows me be like, no, that's not true. It's not a true statement. So at last count, guys, I think we were at like 100. I think we're at $150 shy of our goal for the carrying the knife. They were out of horsey sauce. How the fuck are they out of horsey sauce? You know what? I'm going to have to Uber Eats something later because I know I'm going to get into that devil lettuce here. It's Friday, man. So in case you guys don't know, a meat mountain, let's look this up. We'll share it. Arby's. It's part of their hidden menu, but this is what an Arby's meat mountain looks like. And so it's the meat mountain sandwich. God damn, with these fucking, like a newsletter. No, I don't want a fucking newsletter about Arby's. What the fuck? Get out of here with that shit. So this is what an Arby's meat mountain looks like. Let me share this screen. Don't show it to me. I'm so full, I'll barf. Well, close your eyes because this is what an Arby's meat mountain looks like. So what it is 1 serving of every meat that they serve at Arby's, including every cheese that they have for every sandwich. So you have bacon, ham, turkey, roast beef, pastrami, chicken fingers. It is a glorious thing. Like if you look, like they couldn't get the whole thing in. It's like cropped in the picture. So it is, it's the $10 secret menu sandwich. It's a thing. It is a thing of beauty. And I truly love it. It's so good. It's dry. It's so dry. You went to the wrong fucking Arby's, my friend. I've never had it be dry. I will eat. Me and my buddy Tino. Oh, Tino's coming over on Sunday. We're gonna go over. We're gonna go. There's an Arby's right around the corner. We're going to Arby's. It's so good. It's so good. And then you get done with it. You're like, oh my God, I just want to lay down. Man, I just finished eating stuffed mushrooms and fried cheese, but I do want to try that. It is delicious. Okay. If they have it, it's on the sandwich. Like, I don't know, like basically it is 2 buns. It's a bun. And then everything else on the fucking menu between those buns, between the top and the bottom of that bun. It's like, I don't, that's the only way to explain it. What is this? Mom, Kyle's dead. Chuck it. Your mom is so dry. You guys are fucking horrible. This one's not going to get monetized. I already know. I'm just like, hey, what's that little red dollar sign look like? It's on it. Like, if it's on the menu, Kyle or Zach, it's on the sandwich. That's what I'm telling you. There's jalapeno. If it's on their menu, it's in between those buns. Like, it's like, okay, take a bun and then put 1 serving of everything that you have in the store on it. And then give me a separate bag of horsey sauce and horseradish. It's on it. Like, I'm telling you, like, everything that's on the menu is on it. I don't know any other way to explain it. It is a pothead's dream. It really, really is. Like, have you guys noticed that there's not as many flavors of potato chips around these days? I figured with the proliferation of free marijuana, or not free, but legal marijuana, there would be so many new flavors of potato chips. Like, the flavors that I grew up with, like, there's not as many out there anymore. There used to be so many flavors of potato chips, and now you've got barbecue, cheddar, sour cream and cheddar, sour cream and chive, salt and vinegar, and that's about it. Like, that's it. I'm like, what the fuck happened to all the weird combination flavors? Like, where's the pizza ones and stuff like that? I remember those. I think for a while, I remember that Pringles came up with this ad campaign where it was like, whoever can come up with the best food. And I saw some of them, like there was like barbecue potato chips or like not barbecue, but like barbecue chicken wing, and then like sweet Thai chili and all those crazy flavors and that were coming out. And they were like, you try it. We're going to, like, everybody votes, and the one that gets voted in. I was like, there was some potheads involved in that flavor profile combinations. Mike. Wonder why the box was going to be 60. It was, I was shipping me Mike Sells potato chips. I love Mike Sells potato chips. Best knife to slice the meat mountain for family. That's your next short. I already did it. Like, it's the best kitchen knife ever. Guys, Mattia Barani Cutlery, I believe, has a sale going on. I don't even have an affiliate link. I'm just going to tell you that is the best, hands down, best kitchen knife I've ever used, is the Mattia Barani Bowie Chef. Hands down, without question. I've used a lot of kitchen knives. I've sharpened a lot of kitchen knives. Hands down, the best. So it's amazing. I did a fucking short about it, and like 12 people watched it, and I'm like, God damn. People don't like kitchen knives. Like some of my other shorts get like 1,000 views in like 3 hours. I'm like, what the fuck happened? You just don't like fuck kitchen knives? Dong Martin's here. Yeah, Mike sells potato chips. That's kind of an Ohio thing. Mike sells potato chips, and then there's a ice cream brand back home. It's a full custard ice cream that they make in Coshocton, and I can't think of the name of it, but like they make it just down the road from all the grocery stores where you pick it up. It's in Coshocton, Ohio. Can't think of the name of it, but it's really popular all over Ohio, and it's great. It is really good ice cream. I'm like, wow, this is like old school custard ice cream, and you're like, God, that is so rich. Is that what it is? Kyle, is that the one that's in Ohio? In Coshocton? Is that the one? Because I know that they make it just down the road from the grocery store, the Plaza IGA in Coshocton, Ohio. It's about the only place you can ever find it in stock because it's just around the corner. Is that the one? Because I'm going to tell you right now, they make it like right down the road from where I live in Coshocton. It's so good. That's based in Cincy. Well, there's another one then that's based in Coshocton, and it is freaking amazing. Patina's here. God, I really wish I had somebody to come on. Maurice, you have eyelids? Is this a recent development? Like, are you mutating? Like, I was outside and my eyes hurt really bad. I woke up the next morning. I started growing eyelids. Like, apparently my body evolves. My feet broke my heart. Thank God. Thank God you grew those eyelids. I mean, like, because that could be unpleasant. Did you ever find the solution to the itchy nutsack? I prefer the pinch and roll technique because sometimes if you do the full on scratch, you can jostle them boys, and it's like oh, you're like oh, hey, that's a little aggressive. Pinch and roll, pinch and roll, pinch and roll. Just make sure you don't get it. Make sure you don't get one of them tubes. You get one of them tubes, you're like, oh God, I gotta go see a doctor. I mean, there was a while where that was like a nightly journey. I gotta go find somebody for that. Then I met my wife. Problem solved. Boy, oh boy. The reverse scrape. I'll tell you, this is probably not the safest way to do it. Like, so I'll be out here in the garage and I'm doing shit. And there's a lot of times I'll have like an itch that I can't reach because this shoulder doesn't work right. So I can't like get back. Like this one works so much better. This one has limits because this is the one that's been rebuilt and has parts missing and collarbones missing and the bicep got reattached. And so there's times where I just can't reach it either way. I'll take a knife and I'll open it and I'll hold just the very back of the handle and I'll just scrape the edge of the blade, like get right down in the middle of your back. You're like, oh God, that feels so good. So I came in one time and my wife was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm scratching my back. She's like, is that a knife? And I was like, yeah. Oh God, it works so good. Like grab your shirt and pull it up and then just scrape that knife back and forth a little bit. Oh, so good. One time my cousin clogged his nut tube and he screamed he broke his fallopian tube. I'm and drunk, tri-state. Does everyone find themselves shaking into the gas pump twice when you're done? Or is it just, guys, at this point, as expensive as that shit is, I'm that guy that's like milking the tube. Like I've got a hold of the fucking hose. You know how like you milk it so you don't get the dribble in your pants, like and you have the wet spot in your jeans? I'm doing the same thing to the fucking hose. I'm like the nozzle is still in the car, and I'm like lifting the hose above my head to like fucking make sure that I got every last goddamn drop of diesel fuel out of that hose. Because at this point, some guys showed a knife, and some of the paying members showed a knife in the group chat on my Gilded server. they were like, it's $123 for CRKT. I was like, fuck, that's like a tank of diesel out here. If my Volkswagen's empty, that's what I'm gonna pay in fucking diesel. And entertaining drunk, the best kind. Hey, bro, like no joke. It's 6. When I filled up a couple days ago, because I knew I had to take my daughter to the ice rink, which is kind of far. It's like 26 miles one way. So it's like around 30 miles or right around just shy of 60 miles round trip. And I knew I needed to fill up. I filled up. It was $6.19 a gallon for diesel. Guys, I remember it was I'm not gonna get into political shit, but like, hey, I'll take some mean tweets with $2.50 diesel. I swear to God, I'll take some mean tweets all day. You can tweet about my mom. I don't care. I'll give you some pointers on how to tweet about my mom if I could have diesel back at $2.50 a gallon. Well, we're not going to talk about the whole FJB and LGB stuff, but I'm telling you, like, I honest to God, if I could swear to God, I would take all the mean tweets that you can muster to get back to $2.50 a gallon for diesel. It hurts to fill that Volkswagen gets like 40 miles to the gallon, and it still hurts to fill it up. I'm like, why did I get a car? Why did I spend like $31,000 on a fucking car to get such good mileage if you're just going to raise the goddamn price of the shit? I'm back where I was when I was driving a fucking Dodge Durango that got like 6 miles to the gallon city and like 12 on the freeway. And I had to fill that thing up every day because it took me a half a tank of gas to get to work and home. I would fill that thing up every day. Because by the time I would drive home from the base and then drive back to the base the next morning, I was on half a tank again. And I'm like, good God, it's costing me like, I let it get completely empty. I let it get down on empty the one time and I filled it up. And I know it's the same price, but the psychological impact of putting that much money into you saw it. I was like, is that 3 digits? Is that more than $100 for gasoline in this thing? Don't do that anymore. Like, don't do that anymore. We just keep it on half. We just won't let it get below half. Chuck it. I had a Dodge Durango that had a massive engine in it. It had the biggest engine that Dodge had in the Magnum before they started putting the Hemis in the Durangos. You can put it in 4-wheel drive and smoke all 4 tires. That thing was a fucking animal. Like my wife was like, can you take the kid ice skating tomorrow? I was like, for how long? She's like, an hour. I was like, I'm not driving 60 miles round trip for an hour of skating. She's like, well, she could skate 2.5. And I was like, that almost makes it worth it. She's like, are you going to take her so I can, like, you drop her off and then I'll pick her up? And I'm like, wait, so I'm going to drive 26 miles there and 26 miles back. And you're going to drive 8 miles to work. And then the rest of the 26 miles there and 26 miles back. That's not working for you, poop. Don't make any sense. I'll just stay there. I'll give her a ride back. And I fucking sat in my car on my phone and built thumbnails for fucking videos for 2 hours. So I think we're all just evolving to Maurice's level of consciousness. I don't think that's possible. Move to Canada and she can skate back home from the rink. Here's the thing. Her coach and everything in the Olympic training center is just down the road. Like people are like, oh, your kid could skate anywhere. I was like, my kid could skate anywhere if she was just like skating for fun. Like if she was just like at this point, we're pretty sure that like that's what's like, she's going to college for that. Like she's got schools picked out that have figure skating teams. But I'm like, at this point, like people are like, oh, well, your kid can do athletics anywhere. I was like, not like my kid's an international level skater. Like, no, she can't. Like you got to have the right coaches and you got to have the right support system. And she's got to have the right number of rinks. And I mean, she's on the ice 6 days a week, sometimes 7. And people are like, oh, you just do that. I was like, we sacrifice for our kids, man. Like, and then like everybody wants to compare like the level of athletics that I did and the athletics that most of us did to what my daughter does. Well, it's just for fun. I was like, no, it's not. She represented the United States in the Netherlands. She has skated all over the country. Like, she's not just like, oh, well, there's a little competition. No, like she has made other girls cry in other countries at how good she is. So I am going to have to go take a piss because I've got 3 beers and a cup of coffee. I mean, actually, I think. No, I'm right. 3. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Lots of caffeine. So much caffeine. Chuck it. Oh, hell, I don't know if I can ring the bell for that. Ringy dingy dingy dingy. I'll be right back. It won't take very long. I promise. What am I drinking? I am currently, thank you again, Chuck It, for the 10 bones. I am drinking, I had some Coors that I had stopped by a friend's house here a couple of weeks ago, and I had some stuff. And I was like, I didn't want to leave it in the car because it was hot out. And I was like, I'll bring it in. And I left at his house, and I left 4 grape Nosses in his refrigerator because they were all cold, and an entire 30-pack of Coors, the banquet beer. And I was like, I stopped by his house to pick something up, and he was like, bro, do you want to take your shit with you? I was like, what? He goes, you got like a 30-pack of beer and like 4 energy drinks in my refrigerator. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that stuff. So shaker milk this time. I fucking shake. Guys, I gotta apologize. Like, you see me, like, my allergies are killing me. The neighbors cut down a tree earlier today, and like when it fell, it was a big pine tree, and I just saw this big cloud of like green shit come off it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and my eyes are gonna look like a pink eye and my throat's gonna hurt. And already my nose is just like itching and, and full, and I feel it in my throat. And there's your problem. I just ordered a Barani Buoy Chef since you were talking about it. Okay. Ooh, okay. The 8-inch is almost too big. As most women will tell you, the 8-inch is almost a little bit too big. The other one that they have, I think it's like a 7 or a 7.5, much more manageable. It's still a great knife, either one. They're both great. Cole with that Sprite and purple drink. He's got that lean. Is that what they call it? The fucking... Damn it, I lost my shoes. A rabbit stole them from me. I have to get them back. Where's the beef? Arby's has the meats. We have the meats. They really do. And there's a good chance that if I stop drinking now, well, I know this for a fact because we tested it with breathalyzer. I'm good for 6 beers before I even start getting close to the legal limit. I finished this one. I could still drive to Arby's. Oh, the infamous, yeah. No. You and Maurice aren't even in the same category, Kyle. Maurice is the captain of weird shit. Hats off to you, the captain. The captain of weirdness. Completely weirdness. The infamous. That's when you're more than famous. You're not just famous, you're infamous. Who knows that movie? One of the funniest movies ever. It's a mail plane. How can you tell? Didn't you see its little balls? Bro, that's what I'm telling you. Like I can drink 6 beers and still pass a breathalyzer. 3 Amigos. Yeah, I might watch that later. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna watch that later. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna Uber Eats. That's what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get into the devil lettuce right after this. What is this? Seriously, you need to do a video with the best, maybe worst EDC to tackle the Arby's Meat Mountain. All kidding aside, love the channel. Keep up. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Nels Solberg. I'm pretty sure I'm going to Uber Eats that shit because I'm definitely going to end this here at the hour mark. And then all you that are paying members get to hang out with me. We'll watch a movie. That's what we'll do. Cole, I'm going to put an invite. If you want to watch the movie with us, you won't be on public. You'll just be with us. If you want to watch the movie, you and your old lady, you can bring up your camera. I'm going to send a link to the Gilded server. So we've been doing this for an hour. Yeah, this is good enough. Like 3 hours of live feed. That's enough. We will just watch a movie together. I'll drink some beer. I'll smoke some smoke. We'll have some fun. So if you're a paying member, look for that to come up in the Gilded server. Seriously, I'm going to do that here and I'll give you guys about another 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. Especially if Mike was a little drunk. There's a lot of things that are a lot more fun if Mike's a little drunk. Campfires are always a blast because you never know. Like, what the fuck was that sound? Oh shit, Mike threw a handful of fucking 22 rounds in campfire. Or wet rocks. Wet rocks is always good. They sound like gunshots going off. Air horns under someone's chair when you sit down. I'm going to tell you right now, the best way to win an office battle is, the trigger, the trigger bottles of like Febreze and air freshener and shit like that. Get a zip tie, zip that shit shut, close the door, and put a chair under the fucking doorknob. Yeah, that's a good one. That'll run them out because it's just like sometimes I can't even breathe. Air horns under the chair, so when they sit down, honk. Lots of little office tricks, things like that. A lot of fun. I'm trying to hook up. What is this, Walt? I'm trying to hook up with my lady, but she's asleep. How can I do that without getting myself into a whole Johnny situation? Oh, God. Such a weird place, my YouTube channel. Speaking of crop dusting, so we have found this brand of kimchi that they sell at Costco in the big container, and I've just been eating kimchi with like every meal. As a side or as the meal itself, I had kimchi on rice, 2 big bowls of it the other night, lots of rice and kimchi. I had kimchi noodles that my wife had made and a side of kimchi. I just fucking crop dusted my wife, and I swear to God, it smelled like a dead animal in an open sewer in July. It's bad. It's bad. Like I didn't even want, like, I just like, I walked by because she was bitching about the fact I left the fucking the bathroom light on. I'm like, so I leave the bathroom light on and I leave and I get fucking excoriated. Like I get fucking lashed and fucking stripped of skin. But yet I guarantee when we get done watching a movie tonight, I'm going to go in. No one's going to be downstairs. She's going to be in bed and the fucking goddamn kitchen light's going to be on every time. And she's like, well, I left it on for you. Don't leave it on. If you're bitching about the fact that I left the goddamn bathroom light on and it's wasting electricity, don't leave the kitchen light on. Guess what? I always have a flashlight in my pocket. Did you not see my 6 knife adjacent EDC video? Did you not see that? No, you didn't. Because you don't care enough to watch my videos so that I get the goddamn ad revenue. We'll complain about money, but you won't watch the first 30 seconds of my videos? Did you hear that? It's my stomach. Yeah, guys, I'm going to end this, but I am going to send Chuck. It's like, wow. A little insight into Mike's life. That's what it's like being married for 20 years. Dong, did you figure out the membership stuff? Obviously not. I don't see them unless you joined under another name. If you needed help figuring out, I definitely can help you. But if not, you know, hey, that's all I asked for. Cole, like I said, I'm sending that link. There'll still be a chat. It'll be just like this. But if you want to jump in with your camera, you're absolutely welcome to. I'd love to see you guys. Like, it's just going to be everyone that has access to the Gilded server will have access to the video. So yeah, I'm going to end this and I'm going to pick a movie that we're going to watch. So I will see you guys, and I will see you paying members a little bit later. We're going to do movie night because I've had a lot of caffeine, like way more than I should have. Later.